Hello YouTube fans, here again. And why not, with the final frontier, still can't do it. I mean the last Star Trek film of the original members. Not the last, but the last we'll ever see of the members, such as, what can I say, James Seymour and Captain Turk and so on. What can I say? What can I say? It's a sad one, this, because all the original stars like Stotter, there's Seddy, William Shatner, there's Captain T. Sturt, Aurora, Lulu, British Malcolm are no longer with us. British Malcolm are no longer with us. And it's the last time you ever get to see them all acting to death or all becoming the characters we all loved. The characters what we probably remember on the days of TV when it was ever repeated, the 60s souls of Star Trek, when it got to the animated series, because they did the voices to that, and as well as the motion picture, the Wrath of Time, the list goes on, This is the very last time we ever got to see the death of, and it's sad, but it's too good because of the big success of Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier, that, believe it or not, was going to originally be the last one they'd ever do. But, money talks, and they felt they wanted to do a bit more of a whack of an ending. So they decided to do the sixth one, Uncovered Concept. I still mind this one. Again, it's sad because it's the very last time you ever see them all to death, but it's still a dud. Still a dud. So you've got Alora, and he's now running his own enterprise. He's basically like Captain Turk, is his own captain. So you don't really see him a lot with the other characters, and sad to say, it never got to be. They was going to make a film version with him in it, sort of like a series, would have been his own, but it never got to be. I would have been interested to see that. That would have been interested to see that, but never got to be. But you do see all the other members, Captain Turk, Dr. Spock, and so on. And what it is, and I've got the Enterprise, and they're going to have peace now with the Klingons, but Captain Turk does not like them. I love one bit in this film. There's a bit where he's looking at a photo of his son. And we all know in that one what happened to his son. So Captain Turk is one of them. He's not going to forgive. He's not going to forget. And that's he's going to hold a judge because of them. He lost his son. His son was brutally murdered by Klingons. You think he's going to believe in all this peace shit? Which is kind of funny, really, because when you got to start at the Next Generation, I'm on about the series. Let's not forget we had the Klingon in it, but that's a different story for another time. So, that's for another time, if that's serious. But yeah, Captain Turk, he hasn't forgotten, he hasn't forgiven. But there's a lot of arguments, he wants to fight the Klingons. The Klingons have got attitude still. But what happens is they get killed. And I've got to admit, this is like brutal. It's pretty violent the way they get shot up on a spaceship. And you do get Tim Tell in this. I could forget that. How the fuck could I forget that? Tim Tell, I used to fancy the arse of Tim Tell. I did. I remember it in Maliki, I remember it in the original piece of Talonmare. And she hasn't her sort in this, but this was the same day when she was doing the film Split Second with Wood Hour. Never seen that film, damn good film with Wood Hour. So she had her sort when she did that film, what she did in this. She sort of paying a chink on, sort of like for him with Dr. Spock. But then halfway through the film, I do love the bit where Dr. Spock does that with his hands, does the mind warp, and you can sense that she had something to do with that she was trying to set people up, she was trying to set them up, she had something to do with the death of the Klingons. But before all that, they set Captain Turk up, they set Dr. Bones up, they put him on this alien prison planet. You do get David Bowie's wife in it, so don't forget that. I don't like the fact she's alien and she can change her form. And they have a fight with this beast thing, which kind of reminds me of one of the old episodes of Star Trek with William Shatner. Just reminds me of that. But they break out and so on, but then she tries to set them up. and they managed to kill the alien. And yeah, there's some good bits in this, a lot of good action in it. They knew it was going to be the last one. They were getting on at that point, but they went with a bang. How can I put it? They went with a bang. And I do like the fact that Captain Turk is trying to prove his innocence. She didn't kill the Klingons. So halfway through, like I say, Dr. Spock does the mind warp. He finds out she had something to do with it, and they prove their innocence. And everything about this I love. And the thing that makes me tear up, apart from the fact that some of the actors, as I say, not all of them, but some of the actors are sadly no longer with us. As sad as it is, they're sadly no longer with us. So I get a bit teary when you get the ending, because you get the ending, it's sort of like an octograph to all of us, the audience, people around in the 1960s. What's in the 60s so, to what's in the 70s so, and it was animated, to what's in the 70s film, to all the other films. So you get like the word William Shatner, James Seymour, all the actors, but you get the character's name and you get their name. And I just love the way it's like initial, and it comes all the way through to the ending. You get a damn good ending, an epic ending. And what can I say? What can I say? It's a dud 'un. It's a dud 'un. It's the very last time, like I said, and I'm going to repeat myself, it's the last time you ever got to see any of the stars appear with one another. And in many ways, I just wish Laura would be more with it. And they were aiming to make their own film version with Allura in it. And I just wish they did that. I wish they would have had Allura in his own enterprise, leading it, or maybe to a TV series. Why not? They start out the Next Generation, have a series with Allura in it. Sadly to say, it never got to be, and I don't know why. I don't know why, because like all the other Star Trek films, this made a dosing amount of money. It was a big hit when it came out during the early 90s. It was a dud one. It was a dud one. I don't know, maybe at the time they felt Laura wasn't getting any longer. They didn't really want an old man leading the way. But I don't know. I think he would have been good as the next captain. He would have been good after captain to have Laura in his own enterprise, leading the people, just like William Shatner. Why not? Why not? It would have been good. It would have been good to see that, but it never got to be. Instead, you've had the next generations from the TV show do their own film versions. I mean, there was more demand of that. It was start at the next generation, was just making it big as a series, just like the 60s. So then they wanted to make their film versions, and how could I put it? How could I put it? They wanted to leave their own mark. But that a bit where I just felt it would have been just good to see Laura. But it's sad. It's sad because we've never seen them start again. Billy's mouthful, and I'm deep repeating myself, are sadly no longer with us. May they rest in peace. But it is damn good. It was them saying bye bye. In all fairness, as soon as you see that, then the next Star Trek film where they kill William Shatner off as Captain Turk, which to me was a kick in the balls, killing a character off we all knew. But this one, I think it was a dud. I think it was a dud. It was the last time we got to see the death off. So for that, it's a classic. A 14-star rating for me. But into them, be smart, be safe. I'll probably go where no man's gone before. See you later.